American ass.
After years in the shadows overseeing espionage, kill programs, warrantless wiretapping, entrapment, psyops, and other covert operations, national security establishment retirees are turning to a new line of work where they can carry out their imperial duties. That is, propagandizing the public on cable news. Reborn as cable news pundits, these people are cashing in. So many years working in the dark, only to emerge in the studio lights of the same networks that rail all day, every day against state TV from countries America hates. I'm talking about people like
former CIA Director John Brennan, who is now an NBC News senior national security and intelligence analyst.
Ah, yes, John Brennan, a serial liar who, as the nation's top spy, defended torture and lied about U.S. drone strikes killing civilians in a drone program he helped architect. Now he gets to spew his talking points unchallenged on NBC. NBC isn't alone in hiring former spooks as pundits. Almost every network has hired former national security people to fill its 24-hour news coverage. I'm looking at you, CBS.
Fran Townsend is a former Homeland Security advisor to President George W. Bush. She's now a CBS News senior national security analyst.
But CNN takes the cake. It's the biggest spook show of all.
Joining us now, former Director of National Intelligence, Jim Clapper. He's now a CNN national security analyst.
Retired General Michael Hayden, former Director of the CIA and the NSA, the National Security Agency. He's a CNN national security analyst.
CNN legal analyst Asha Rangappa is a former FBI special agent.
James Galliano is a CNN law enforcement analyst and a retired FBI supervisory special agent. Good to see you.
Joining us now is CNN Global Affairs analyst and former Deputy Secretary of State, Tony Blinken.
Blinken is also former Deputy National Security Advisor. And that's why, there's more? Seriously?
Join me now, CNN national security commentator, former chair of the House Intelligence Committee, Mike Rogers.
We now is Samantha Vinograd, who was a senior advisor to the National Security Advisor under President Obama, and she's a CNN national security analyst.
CNN national security analyst Stephen Hall. He's the retired CIA chief of Russia operations.
Joining me now is CNN counterterrorism analyst Philip Mudd, a former CIA counterterrorism official.
Of course, this isn't CNN's first dance with the devil. Back in 1999, during the bombing of Kosovo, CNN let military propaganda experts work out of its newsroom. So why is this so bad? By hiring former spooks, these outlets are allowing them to shape their news with constant and at times willful disinformation that's never challenged or corrected. It might as well be state TV. It's why CNN's screens are filled with an endless parade of belligerent warhawks, fear-mongering the public about America's adversaries. Oftentimes, these are the same people that helped lie us into wars when they were working for the government.
It is completely corrupted journalism. The whole point of what we were supposed to learn from the debacle of WMDs in the Iraq War, which, by the way, this network that we're on was one of the leaders of, was the fact that we were not supposed to trust intelligence agencies when they say things without evidence. And not only did MSNBC and CNN use those people as their sources, they hired them as their news analysts. So if you turned on CNN or MSNBC, it was basically state TV. It was CIA TV.
These so-called analysts are forever loyal to their former employers, whether it be the CIA, FBI, NSA, DHS, or any of the other agencies that make up America's so-called intelligence community. After they retire, they go on to shape the news, propagandizing for the abusive national security state they spent their careers working for, and they're never ever challenged by their corporate media colleagues. Because they spent so many years inside the security state, their instinct will always be to defend it, no matter its abuses. And they often have contracts with foreign governments and various security companies that benefit from whatever talking points they're spouting to the American public. And don't even get me started on the retired generals turned war pundits whose connections to weapons contractors are never disclosed. Imagine if these networks hired former oil executives as climate change analysts. This whole CIA media revolving door is just as absurd. It's propaganda under the cover of expertise. It's scandalous. It's polluting journalism, and it allows career spies to abuse our airwaves, to disseminate self-serving disinformation and pro-war hysteria. Welcome to the Spook Show.